that you had 2 Bronze Stars for bravery and 1 for Purple Heart. Is that correct?
2.
2 in Purple Heart too? Well, your daughter was right. You know, we argue whether it was, so it's 2 and 2. Okay, and that is really unique. Then what happened? You came back from the war, came back to Tennessee where you were grown, and that's where Helen was. And then you met each other, and the next thing you know, you got married. You found your way to the great state of Maryland, which we all love. I hope you all like it. Well, we got. Well, let me ask this: how many Ravens fans here?
Ravens.
Raise your hand. How many Orioles fans? Okay, so I think we dominate at least.
Go Pack, go.
Yeah, go back up. Okay, and then what happened? You got so much involved. You then started in Fort Meade, which is part of my area too. And then you came to the eastern end of Baltimore County. And any of us who've lived here, who've represented this area, know that they're very special people here in the eastern end of the county. What I see with individuals in the eastern end of the county, hardworking, loyal, and they tell it like it is. And that's what you want, correct?
Yes, sir.
Mesker? Okay, Ms.
Yes,
Delegate?
sir.
Okay. And
Believe
so,
me, we hear that.
yeah, you'll hear that. But it's unique, and that's what you want, because we're in the service business, and you have to listen and what you want to try to do the best. And then you ended up coming to this church. Now, in between there, you were the pastor for the police department.
Still is.
Still are, for the fire department, putting in the community. You want to give me anything else?
Civil Air Patrol.
50 years.
Okay, thanks, daughter. That's another. I know. She moved us to Myrtle Beach. Yeah. You play the golf or just take pictures?
Shame on her.
Everything.
Everything. Did you get 30 inches of snow?
No.
Well, we did. Okay.
But I have a house for my folks right next door. And they won.
Okay, good. And the other thing is unique. In his 65 years as a pastor, you've had 3,000 weddings. That's incredible. 3,000 weddings, 2,500 funerals, helping people on their way to heaven, I hope. And you've had 1,500 baptisms. I don't know anybody that can beat that record. That's amazing. And when I see here today, you're still sharp as a tack. I mean, you're 91 years old, and you're 86. Keith, you messed it up.
89.
Oh, 88. Well, that was good. You always want to start low. 89 Thursday. Well, that's very unique. And I think, as an example, if you really hold God first in your heart and in your life, and then you keep your mind active and your body active, and you're out there helping people. And you've done that. And look at you all here today. And you're still pastoring this church here today.
Founder and pastor.
What's that? Founder and pastor.
First of 5 generations are here.
Now, Helen, we got to talk about you too, because you're part of this team. Associate pastor, then a part of the team. It's all about teamwork, you two together. And I heard the story when you really built this church that you know about construction, and that you were doing some of the construction here, including driving the trucks. Dump trucks. Now, if it's not true, it's Keith's fault. I mean, he told me.
Had to double shift it too.
Right. But more importantly, I do want to say this. I know you love each other. You've been a great inspiration. You've given back to a great community. You've done so many positive things. But more importantly, I think you've held God ahead of all, and you believe in God, and you've been able to help people in their lives, throughout their lives. And we know lives aren't always easy, Eddie. Ups and downs or whatever. But as long as you believe in the Lord and you have a pastor like yourself, you know, you have made such a difference in all of our lives. And especially people here today that are here to support you and acknowledge this special day. Now, I have, I want to give you this. I have the ability as a congressman to have a flag flown over the Capitol. So I had this not only for your anniversary, but also for your years in the service. And I want to acknowledge that. We have to continue today, even today, the sacrifice that we have, and so many injuries. I go to Walter Reed, and I've been to Iraq and Afghanistan, and you know we have more people living because we have vests, but you know a lot of people losing their legs and arms, and that, as you know. So you know we cannot forget our veterans. We cannot forget our men and women, and it is a very dangerous world out there. Believe me. And we need prayers because you know in my role between ISIS and between all the Russian-China threat, and it's a dangerous world out there now, and Iran and all of that thing. We need prayers. We need to bring people together so that we can stop this terrible fighting. But sometimes you have to stand up in order to save our lives and our country and other people throughout the world. So we're asking for prayers for our troops and for the world, so hopefully we can have peace. And I'm sure you care about that. So this is a special, it's a flag flown over there. There's the certificate. And I've also put together this is a resolution acknowledging this very special day. Pastor James and Mrs. Helen A. Lane, for all you've done, and again, on a very special day. You have 5 generations, and they're all here today but one. That's great.
Can we get a
Great,
picture?
great grandson.
Yeah, grandson. Grandkids are the gift you get for not killing your own kids when you raise them.
Daddy.
First,
Here, get yourself, let's get a picture.
Daddy. Yeah.
first it was for me, and then Vicky. Second, I'm holding this still. And then Trinity, and then her son, and then, come here, darling. Great grandson
Okay.
will be
Step up here.
Bethany's part of the fourth
Bethany.
generation.
Is
Bethany.
we
Right,
send in
smile.
for his papa.
Okay.
There you go, Stan.
Smile, Mom.
He will be
Mom, put her hand down. She's conducting
Yeah, there you
it.
go.
There we
Say
go.
cheese.
Okay.
This is Caleb, and Caleb will be
He'll be 8 in December. He just turned
8
7.
years old in December. We have been 5 living generations for almost 8 years.
And no touching,
Only
right?
God. Give God all the glory.
Can we get the whole family up there? Would that be possible?
We can do that.
Yeah, bring the family up.